In terms of actually trying to nail down that nomination and get your name on the ballot, that didn't work out. And there are two, most people would know there are two ways you can do it. You can get the support of 4 councils or 20 members of the Oireachtas, either TDs or senators. And you came very close. You had the support of 18 members of the Oireachtas. But maybe if we explore the council route first, because I think Gareth Sheridan actually did quite well in that route. He secured the support of 2 councils. And I know both Nick Delahunty and Gareth Sheridan were both working hard in terms of the council route and ultimately unsuccessful. So what is that like in terms of just the strategic elements of it, and how much driving is involved? I mean, I think it's a huge commitment to to try and get the 4 councils.
Yeah, it was a big commitment. So, like, the first thing I would say is some people who've been critical of me say, you should have started earlier and you would have got it.
Yes.
I can't accept that at all for a few reasons. First of all, I wasn't that late compared to the other candidates. So Catherine Connolly, I think, declared in mid-July. Heather Humphreys declared about 10 days before I did. Jim Gavin, of course, declared after I did. But as you mentioned, Gareth Sheridan had declared or had been working on this for over a year. And he failed to secure a nomination. He got 50% of the way. I got 90% of the way in the Oireachtas. But at the end of the day, the problem that we both faced was that people were simply unwilling to nominate because of the blocking manoeuvres that were put in place by the parties. And it was just simply impossible to overcome that. So when you look at the last 2 presidential elections, I think there were 4 in one and 5 independent candidates on the ballot in another. There were none this time, not one.
Yes.
So that just shows you that something really changed. So maybe people mightn't understand this, or mightn't be familiar with it. But in the past, there was, if you like, a gentleman's agreement at council level. So if the parties were running their own candidates, generally speaking, they either abstained from voting when it came to an independent who was looking for a nomination, or else they just didn't turn up in the chamber that day.
Yeah.
And so what that did was it allowed independent councillors to nominate an independent candidate. And that's what happened the last 2 presidential election cycles.